What's up, everybody? It's the 116 Lyric Explainer coming at you guys with another video today. So if you guys are new, I'm the 116 Lyric Explainer and I explain lyrics of songs. Consider hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss another one, because I'm going to be coming out with more explanations of songs from 1K Phew and also other 116 songs and also other hip hop songs. I'm going to be explaining Moonwalk by 1K Phew featuring Foggieraw. And a couple of lyrics that I'm going to be touching on is about how Phew like perceives things and his view on certain aspects and his life, and also about like how to deal with about like what other people think, and also how to deal with depression. So let's go right into it. Okay, so right there, he says, I ain't worried about them. No. And then he says it again. He says it twice. So, I think like what Phew is saying here is like that he's not worried about like what other people think. So this is a really key thing, because in our society, and especially in America, and in our century that we're living in today, we are consciously fearing people. In fact, researchers say that our society is one of the most like fearful societies of all time. But Phew, clearly he doesn't worry about others. So why? Like, how can he do that in like such a society that constantly worries about what other people think? So the answer is not shown in these lyrics like directly, but it's rather shown in another explanation, which is Wild to Note. And it's actually not said by Phew, but actually said by Lecrae. So Lecrae says, Lord is my witness, I handle my business. So Lecrae realizes that God is the one who observes him and his work. So it's like he like does things for God, not what other people think. And like if he does it for God, then like it doesn't matter what other people think. So for example, like if I'm gonna go play basketball today, I mean like I'm not a superstar at basketball, gonna be real, but it's okay that I'm not that, because I know that like ultimately I'm doing things for God and I'm loving other people with what God has given me and with the gift that he's given me, and that's what's gonna last. And I handle my business for God, so it doesn't matter what the people think of me. If people be like, you suck at basketball, like basketball does not define my worth. And basketball, at the end of the day, if you're good at basketball and you don't glorify God with it, it's not gonna matter. And if you glorify God with something, that's what's gonna matter forever. So and like even if like I already have Christ, because I'm gonna go to heaven, and like that's like the best thing that I'm ever gonna have. And he's actively working in my life right now, making me more like him. So when I die, I'm gonna meet him, and then I'll be eternally satisfied. And that's like better than anything. And it doesn't matter what other people think, because that doesn't even compare to the eternal satisfaction that Christ can bring to me. So he said, Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson was a person that did the moonwalk really well. And in fact, I think he might have actually invented the moonwalk dance. So this is a connection to like, moonwalk is a connection to like the How We Coming lyric when Phew said, never go and say that sky limit, trying to be heaven bound. So like the moon is like on the way from like the earth, and like the moon is like kind of like on the way to the heaven, or something like that. Like it's outer space, which is like Phew's reference. Make sure you guys go check that video out. It's gonna be right there. You guys can go click it right up there. So he says Super Bowl rings, trying to build the whole team. So this is a connection to another song that Phew released before he released Woo 2, which was Brotherhood, and he actually did it with the Atlanta Falcons. So like they officially like partnered with him to make a song for their team, which was called Brotherhood. It's gonna be up there, so you guys can go check that out. Super dope. But like he's like connecting that to it because Super Bowl is like an NFL championship, and like he partnered with an NFL team. So it's like a kind of connection there. And he says trying to build the whole team. So like he's like trying to build a team, and if he wants to be a leader like Lecrae in Wild and Out, when Lecrae said became a lieutenant, like he's saying like he leveled up and he became a lieutenant. So like Phew is like being a leader just like Lecrae, because eventually Lecrae is gonna die. Like I think Lecrae is like 10 plus years older than Phew or something like that. Like like Phew is like he's up next, like he's gonna be in Lecrae's position someday, and he's gonna be after be leading like Lecrae, and Phew's saying like I'm gonna be ready for that. And being a leader, especially in our society, is very valued. So, if you guys want to be a leader, a really good way to improve your leadership skills would be through this book called 21 Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. It's going to be in the description below, so make sure you guys go check that out. And I also have it right here, and it's really helpful. Like, John C. Maxwell is extremely, extremely insightful, and honestly, this book could be really life-changing for you guys. So I definitely recommend you guys go check that out. It's going to be down there. Let's keep going. So he says, we done came in the game with a big bang. So like he has a big impact in the game. So his team, like the impact that he has is like in the rap game. Like that's a term that a lot of rappers use, is the game. Like it's the rap. Like the rap culture is considered the game for them. So Phew shows like how he's coming in the game with a big bang through a lyric in Wild and Out, which is like he prays for his NWAs. He says, every night gotta pray for my NWAs. So like the NWAs, as I explained in Wild and Out, you guys should go check that out. It's gonna be up there. But I explained the whole lyrics of that song. But it was all about like his NWAs, like how Phew is raising up a team to make the same impact that the niggas with attitude have had. Like the NWAs basically gave hip hop a really big platform, and they started to make hip hop like a well-known genre of music. So like Phew is saying that like he's praying that his team is gonna have the same impact as the NWAs. And that's something that you guys should be doing too, is like pray to God and believe in the power that he has to make you and your team have the same impact, because we're designed to be in a community as well. So in Kung Fu, Phew says had to reunite. So like when you're fighting like demons and stuff, which is like the basis of that song, then like you gotta be fighting like with people, because if you're not fighting with people, then you're gonna be taken over. So we're designed to be in a community with other people. So he said, I'm gonna back up just so you guys can hear that again. So he says, gotta bring the whole chain when I get pain. So like rappers wear chains around their necks, and a chain has like, there's connections like in the links to it. So like the pain has purpose, as Phew was saying. Like he's not like, this is just something that happens in my life and then just like something else happens. Like no, this pain actually has purpose. So like that's something that you guys should really think about, and if you're not sure, like you should ask God about it, because like sometimes we just go through something, we're like whatever, like actually ask God, like how can you use my pain for your good, because God can use all things for his good, or for your good and his glory. So he says, put a change in my name like in Bruce Wayne. So Phew says, put a change in my name like in Bruce Wayne. So change is like a reference to money, like money change, like coins are like change. So he's also saying like that's a reference to that, but it's also a reference to like how his heart changed. So Phew was saying like that he sold weed, like it was either jail or death if he kept like selling weed. So he changed his lifestyle now, and now he's doing things for God, which is where the real treasure is. So like he changed his heart, and now he's like got changed, like he's actually got money because he changed his heart. And now he's not in jail or he's not dead, so he's actually able to make money, because weed like can send you to death, like especially like the culture that he was in, where they were like selling it and like people were shooting people. So he says Dylan Cole Sprouse. Like he said something about the twins before that. It was like something twins. I couldn't understand it, but it was Dylan Cole Sprouse. So this is a connection to a How We Coming lyric when Phew says, "I got a sweet life for real, no Zach and Cody." So, like that's a connection to that because this is Woo 2, and How We Coming was on Woo, or What's Understood 1, or What's Understood. So he's connecting those lyrics, which is super dope. But I actually explained the entire lyrics of How We Coming. It's going to be up there, and it's also going to be down there. So he just said right there, stop being fake depressed, you just want clout. So Foggy is saying something that like, an indication that some people are like being fake depressed to get money, which is like really interesting, and like I've never kind of heard about that, but apparently it's an issue, and he's conveying it with this lyric. But depression is like, it's a real thing for people. So I think like it's really important to be careful when you evaluate it, and you do it to a correct degree. So like there's two variations. One is that like people have it, but they don't know how to treat it because they don't know that they have it. And then there's another one where people like over evaluate mental health, and they're like, man, I probably have one. So then they just like, man, I have a mental health disease. Like it's really important to think about and accurately think when you have depression or not. So let's finish this up. I just really like this beat drop right here, like the do 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 do. I just think that's super cool. And I'm actually gonna stop it there because Phew just says like the same thing, and I've already explained the lyrics. But that's the end of the video. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you hit that red subscribe button because I'm gonna be coming out with more explanations, and I hope this really added value to your guys' life. And if it did, hit that like button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.